Hi everyone, as promised, we're going to give something away today. Now, what's gone on is I've been messaged by someone who wanted to send me something to review on video. And I just said to them, well, as long as I can give it away to my viewers after. And they agreed. So, what have we got? We've got dash cam. And not even opened it, as you can see. It pretty much is... from what I've found out, the little bit about it, it's an all singing, all dancing one as well. It's made by Vantrue and it's an N2s model. And the interesting thing for me is that it's got an inward facing camera. Now, would that suit me? I'm not sure. I'm going to go into this in a little bit more detail. But it might be something that could be suitable maybe for taxi drivers, people who need to keep an eye on things in the car. But as you can see, I haven't even opened it. So I'm going to do this here, right in front of everyone, and literally just wing it. I've not tested it. I've got a little plan to test it out. So we will crack on with things and see where it leads us. So this score on front of the box, I think that was me opening the package. It came. Oh, this is a security tag. So, in the box, what have we got? Instructions. Yeah, user manual, quick start guide. Nah, we don't need them. Put that over there. And what have we got? We've got, I'm suspecting this is the camera. Let's have a quick look at it. Through the side. Packaging for me. Does it give a first impression? A little bit. I'm not going to put that back in there. I'll get rid of all of this in a second. Packaging, does it make a difference? A little bit, but for me it's the quality of the actual device itself. Yeah, let's get rid of them, stick them in there. I don't want them all over my car. So, on first feel, it looks a pretty solid unit. This section swivels. This is the inside view, and then we've got the outside view. The specs on it are also pretty decent. It can record at 4K. I think if you have the outside and the inside view going together, it runs at 1440, which is more than acceptable, to be honest. Buttons all seem decent. Memory card, I've got a memory card prepped, so let's stick one of them in. Are we the correct way round? Hopefully. Sorted. Right, let's see where we can mount this now, because this for me is the big problem. If you've got an inside facing camera, what we really need to do is mount this, if we're going to do it properly and legally, to the non-wipeable area. So let's have a little look. There's a little area up here, possibly, I could use, but I wouldn't want this to get in the way of my view. So I'm going to be mindful of that. So we've got a power lead. Let's take mine out. I did see on one little thing that this power lead has got a movable little slot where you've got a USB port, so it doesn't take up that, and it's a USB-C type connector. So I've got pretty modern stuff. I'm going to do this in one take as well, people, so I'll try not to swear, but you're going to see exactly what this dash cam is like on first look from me, from my perspective. I've got my VFO A129 Pro Duo always plumbed in, so we can have a little look at the footage compared to that. Let's make sure that works. Yeah, that works, so we're okay with that. So we've got power. I'm suspecting this is going to be the mount, which it is. There's GPS included with this as well. I'll stick all that stuff over there. I'll clear that stuff up in a second. Yeah, there's it's GPS included with this, which is good. I don't think that there is a phone app which for me is not a big deal. I honestly don't use the phone app to do anything with my dash cam. I literally take the card out and put it on my computer back at home, so that's not an issue. It may be an issue for you, I don't know. Let's have a little look to see how this mounts. Which way does it go around? We don't need the instructions. There you go, it clicks in quite nicely. Okay, and that's the locking mechanism, I think. It's all adjustable. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Now let's see whether we can find a place where we can get it so it's going to record. That would actually be pretty good there. Would it be obstructing my mirror? I don't think it would. Maybe a little bit more to the side. I'm going to try and get it as high up as I possibly can. Now, would that be obstructing my view there? Now I've got it on. The twist locking mechanism is just going into the sort of like trim of the car a little bit, but I don't want that any lower. So that's unfortunately the only place it can probably go. Now, for today's purposes, I don't usually do this, but what I'm going to do, I'm just going to run the wire up to it. I'm going to try and find a way so it doesn't obscure any of the cameras, and we've got the actual port up here. Maybe if I go around the back of this, and this is always something that you should be trying to think of when you are fitting a dash cam, is wires should not actually get in the way whatsoever, but we're going to have to let them dangle a little bit today. Now I tell you what, undo that, let it fall off. See, told you it was winged. And then I'm going to put this back there, maybe a little lower so that's not quite as tight up to the trim, and then we can go in here, because it's quite nice because it does actually power straight into the mount. It doesn't actually power into the dash cam. So this dash cam, I'm suspecting, can, now you take it off, you just pull. There's like a little button at the back. So this dash cam can just literally come off, and I suppose you could buy extra mounts and then take it in between cars so you don't have to buy two dash cams if you've got two vehicles. So that's pretty good for me. There's also a security element for me straight from the off. Now I'm going to have to go through the setup, so we might skip this bit. I'm going to keep filming. First of all, before I do that, I'm just going to try and tidy this wire up as much as I can, because I don't want that obstructing my view. It's only one thin wire, that's not a massive deal, but like I said, normally don't have these wires hanging down. So I'm going to go through this. I'm not even going to read the instructions, like I've said, so I'm going to give you an idea of how easy it is. Files, no, don't want to do them. So we're done. Okay, so all I need to do now is just tweak it slightly. It's gone straight to record, which is good. Undo, lefty loosey. That was tight. And then this one, you can actually change to Sue. I can't see whether, does it reach all the way over here? And it does. It's not bad. Ideally, this would be better if it was placed centrally in the car. I'm suspecting they probably designed it so it's going to be in the middle. But like I said, you shouldn't have these in the wipeable area. Even the cameras that I set up are all outside the wipeable area. Would it be ideal to stick it maybe where my dash cam is? Well, I don't think so, because then what you're going to do, you're going to have this covered. And if you're spending the extra money, and these are pretty expensive to be honest, I think I saw on Amazon, they're 189, 190 £. There was a £20 off voucher when I had a little look at it last night. But honestly, if you're going to spend the extra to have this extra feature for inside, you really want it working. So it's a funny one for me on where you'd place this. Let us know what you think in the comments of what you think about this particular dash cam. I will let you know towards the end of how you can win this, but I'm going to get off driving now and go and see what the footage is like. So you may notice we're in a different bay. I did the first drive round and the dash cam crashed. It may have been how I put it together, I don't know, but we're going to do the drive part once again. We're all working now. Told you it was winged, everyone. Ooh, flashed. Thank you. Notice, always work off actually what they're doing rather than the flash. Important point. I know you've heard that before. So what is the dash cam footage like? I'm going to do a quick comparison as well with my dash cam. My dash cam is always on and running. It's running at 4K, so the footage may very well be a little sharper in mine and more detailed than that the footage is on the Vantrue, but don't let that put you off. The VFO that I've got is literally what I've found to be the sharpest and clearest footage anywhere. But we will have a good drive round just around the little block, and then we can compare audio. That might be an interesting part. I'll keep speaking and keep switching between the audio. The audio is only a small part, as long as you can hear me talk and you can understand. Really, that's all you need from a dash cam. You don't need it to the level that I would like the audio. But it'd be interesting to see the footage. Now, it's going to look a little bit bizarre because only 10 minutes ago when I was round the corner it was bright sunlight, so we're probably going to finish this little drive and then flip straight to some brightness again. But anyway, you understand that this is winged. It's straight from how I see this dash cam. It could be something that could be a problem with the dash cam itself. I don't know. I'm only going to give it this one test. I am going to do some night driving with it. I'm going to leave it in place, and when it goes dark I'm going to have a little go at maybe some night driving so you can see the night footage. But what's it like compared to mine? All the reviews seem pretty good about it. I've read a few of them. This situation where you're turning and cars coming past in front of you is really the key. Frame rate is at 30 frames a second, which most dash cams do actually work with. The Vantrue can record at 4K, but then the frame rate drops to 25 frames a second, which isn't as good. For example, with this Golf coming towards us, at picking it up on their reg. I know we were very slow there, so it should have picked it up easily. If it didn't, same with this one, it's not a brilliant dash cam. I haven't seen any of the other options that change frame rates to anything higher. I will have a little look at that in a minute. But how do they compare? So I'll just park back in. I'm just going to check the frame rate to see whether you can increase it to a higher frame rate. Might be good to see yourself with these cameras as well, the interior ones. If you're doing any training or perhaps advanced stuff yourself, it might be an idea to actually see this camera pointing towards you and see where your observations actually are. Get blind spot checks, for example. Some people just check like this, and you can probably, if you've got a particular problem with maybe some observational stuff, it would be a good way of self-improvement. Let's just quickly check the frame rates. So how do we stop recording? No idea. Oh, like that. That's easy enough. One button press. Record setup, yeah, it's got to go into that. Resolution, yeah, it'll dual recording. Is there anything with 60 frames a second on? No. So it doesn't record at 60 frames a second. And that is maybe a letdown on a dash cam of this price point. But let's have a little look at some nighttime footage now. Now, all I'm going to do, I'm not going to take the same block. I'm literally going to just drive around a little block that we've got here. And again, we've got both dash cams on. I've had a quick look at the footage from the daytime stuff, and I was surprised on actually how good the Vantrue is. It's not quite as sharp as the VFO. The VFO, what I've found is that you can zoom in a lot further and still pick up on detail. However, I do actually think that the Vantrue has the edge on actual seeing number plates and reading number plates. For example, when we go round corners, I actually thought that the VFO was gonna really be the top dog in reading number plates, but on the movement side of things, the Vantrue does seem to have the upper hand. So, well done. What's the footage like inside the car? There's these 4 LEDs all around, which actually create this black and white image. Wonder how clear it is. Does it have to be really clear? I don't think so. Would this be a massive benefit to anyone as well, to be able to see maybe what the backseat passengers were doing? I'm unsure. For me, again, it's not a massive selling point, but it may be useful for someone. Let's have a little look when we get going again at the differences between the two dash cams at night. I would like to add as well, my VFO has got the polarized filter on. What that does, you maybe could even tell that on the daytime footage, it deals with the glare a little bit better, and it seems to have a little bit more dynamic range. So what I'm going to do is just compare the two. What are the street lamps like? What are the oncoming cars like when we go past them? Can you still read number plates of the vehicles on the left? I'll be interested to see how they both compare. It's virtually an impossible task, but what about number plates of vehicles coming the opposite way? That is really difficult in any dash cam. I mean that as well. When it's dark, when there are lights coming towards you, to then actually pick up on the dash cam, because the difference in speed between us and the oncoming is so big, is nigh on impossible. But how does the Vantrue do? Well, looking at the footage in editing, it's a no contest really. A much cleaner, clearer image comes from the Vantrue. So, what is the footage like? I obviously haven't seen the night stuff yet because I haven't shot it. I'm going to stick that in editing. But resolution isn't the be all and end all. There's some good features about this camera. I do like the mount. I do like the way that you can detach it and then maybe stick it into a different car if you've got 2 mounts and 2 power sources. That's good for me. I'm not sure about the interior camera. For me, I don't think it would be particularly useful. It would probably be good for YouTube comment, but I'm actually not sure about how many of my customers, and they are customers at the end of the day, would really want to be filmed and splashed all over YouTube all the time. There is like I said, a GDPR situation that you would have to deal with if you're using this in a professional manner, maybe a taxi driver. However, it could mean that you've just got a little bit more protection. It is a good unit for that. It feels well built. What else do I think about it? I'm not sure about the audio. I haven't had a little look at the audio. I'm going to do a little comparison between the audio on my VFO, which is absolutely rubbish compared to this. But as long as you can hear people actually converse and speak, that's really all you need on dash cam. The only reason why I moan about the audio on my dash cam is because I use it for a different purpose. Audio is everything.
While I am playing the tunes, tag us in your Insta
My
stories
blasted
and I will
car
give you a cheeky little shout out.
with gesture control. This was turned back on when my car went in for fix, and I've forgot to turn it off, so you have to excuse me talking with my hands. But I'm going to leave that in. That's a part of my wing ability with these videos. You can probably tell that half the time. So back to what I was saying about the dash cam. It does look a decent unit. I don't think I would buy one myself unless I specifically needed this interior camera. But now, actually seeing the night footage compared to my current VFO, I wish I'd not told everyone I was going to give it away. Anyway, hopefully, fingers crossed, Vantrue is going to see this video and they're going to send me one for myself. Hint, hint. But you get a chance to win it. You get a chance to win it for nothing. All you've got to do is leave a like and a comment. Comment something funny. I'm not necessarily going to pick the funniest one. I'm going to pick a random one so everyone gets a chance to win this dash cam. I'm not going to do this very often either. I'm not necessarily a lover of these giveaways, but it is related to the channel. I think with the stuff that's gone on over the last few months regarding my accident, literally about 300 yards over there where someone went into the side of me, I think it is an important safety part. And we've got a little bit of the education in there as well regarding how it should be set up and not on the wipeable area. Please let us know in the comments, perhaps as well, this can be your comment on how mounting a dash cam changes depending on the country that you live. Is it similar than the wipeable area? I'd be interested to know that as well. So please do get involved. Thank you very, very much for watching and staying to the end. Good luck. I hope you win it. I'm going to pick a random comment and I'll try and get it out to you as soon as I can, wherever that is in the world. And I'm picking up the tab for this, so make sure you share this video as well so we get a few likes and try and claw back that YouTube income. You take care. I'll see you soon.